Good afternoon, Mr. David Velasquez. I am Jose Daniel Carillas Enriquez from 10th A. Today I gonna present you about the cell. Well, in the Bible says that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Well, like all has a beginning, I gonna tell you the cell theory. Well, in biology, cell theory is the historic scientific theory now universally accepted that living organisms are made up of cells, that they are the basic structural organizational unit of all organisms, and that all cells come from the pre-existing cells. Well, um, well, there are tenets to the cell theory that says that all organisms are composed of one or more cells. Number two, the cell is the basic unit of structure and organization in organisms. Number three, cells arise from pre-existing cells. Then, they are people that contribute to the cell theory. In 1965, Hooke was the first to identify cells and he named them. In 1674, because the maid butter dances, Leeuwenhoek Hooke observed cells in greater details. In 1838, Schleiden was the first to note that plants are made of cells. In 1839, Swan concluded that all living things are made of cells. And then in 1855, Virchow proposed that all cells come from other cells. And so, the contributors to the cell theory again are Hooke, Leeuwenhoek, Schleiden, Schwann, and Virchow. Well, next pass to the another topic, that is, what is the cell? Well, a cell is the basic structural, functional, and biological unit of all known organisms, including animals, plants, humans, all. A cell is the smallest unit of life. Cells are often called the building blocks of life. Then, cells can divide in many types. I'm gonna tell you the most common that are named in the world. Notice that there are hundreds types of cells, but the most common are the blood cells, muscle cells, fat cells, skin cells, nerve cells, stem cells, bone cells, and endothelial cells. But for me and for the class, I think that there are two most important cells that are we going to study. That are the eukaryotic and the prokaryotic cells. Well, if do you know what is a prokaryotic cells, I'm gonna explain you. They are unicellular organisms that lack organelles or other internal membrane-bound structures. Therefore, they do not have a nucleus, but instead generally have a single chromosome, a piece of circular double-stranded DNA located in the area of the cell called the nucleus. Well, the structure of the prokaryotic cells is it is composed of a capsule a cell wall, a cytoplasm, a cell membrane, a pili, a flagella, some ribosomes, plasmids, and nucleate region. If I can tell you a reason of why um, prokaryotic cells are important, is that they play a critical role in Earth. For example, in recycling of nutrients by decomposing dead organisms and allowing their nutrients to be reused. Well, um, now I'm gonna pass to another type of cells, that is the eukaryotic cell. Well, eukaryotic cells are cells that contain a nucleus and organelles and are enclosed by a plasma membrane. Organisms that have eukaryotic cells include protozoa, fungi, plants, and animals. These organisms are grouped into biological domain eukaryota. His structure is cytoplasmic membrane, chloroplast, mitochondrion, cytoplasm, Golgi, nuclear membrane, nucleus, ribosomes, and endoplasmic reticulum. For me, why this cell is too important for the world and for life is that the mitochondria in them provides energy to cells by converting ingested sugars into adenosine triphosphate. Now that I am almost finishing my presentation, I'm gonna tell you some interesting facts about those two types of cells, that are the eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells. Well, the eukaryotic cells um, can be single cell or multicellular, such as a dog. Humans are eukaryotes, like plants and like animals. DNA is contained inside the nucleus. Fungi are also eukaryotes. So, well, now I am going to tell you some interesting facts or fun facts about the prokaryotic cells. Well, the cytosol is grainy appearances because ribosomes are found freely found throughout the cytosol. Since DNA is not found in a nucleus, it is instead concentrated in one, that are called the nuclear region. Some examples of prokaryotic are bacteria or archaea. Most prokaryotic have a high metabolic rate and a high growth rate because of their hair surface area to volume ratio. So I finished my presentation. I hope that you have learned a little bit about this topic, that is the cell. And see you soon, Mr. in the school. I hope you to see you where when all this finishes, and goodbye.